We bring two men and two women from the app that you may or may not know that participates in the live stream community to give their opinions to you on a few different topics that they get to help pick. So we're gonna get to their topics, but how the night is gonna go, we're gonna go into the intro and then we're gonna get to know the special guests. And after get to knowing the special guests, we're gonna get into these hot topics that they help me and my admin come up with. All right, y'all. Let's go into this intro. I see all the special guests are here. King, thank you. And if I don't say thank you for the gifts, thank you ahead of time. For y'all that just joined, welcome to the cutoff with D'Angelo Jones. That's me. I am your host tonight, and them are your special guests. So at this time, can I get all the special guests to request a box? I'm gonna put y'all in there in no particular order. We'll get to know who the special guest is before they give us their opinion. All right.
D'Angelo, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going this weekend?
Work, and then game streaming on Facebook. So been trying to get into that a lot more.
Oh, okay. What's the game screaming on Facebook?
So I'm trying to become a partner stream, like live video game streamer, on Facebook. So trying to become partners with them. So, like playing or just playing like random games or like whatever I feel like playing during the day, doing that for a couple hours and after work, and then trying to just do that as like a pastime.
I like that. Okay. So you had a good weekend besides work?
Yeah, besides work, I had a pretty decent weekend. I've actually just came back to the app as of 3 days ago. So this is actually one of the first shows I've been back one to since I came back. So I appreciate the opportunity because I've never been in this one, but this one I've seen a couple times.
Well, hey, we're honored to have you here. All right, for y'all that don't know, he said he just came back. So who are you following, Angel? What you got going on the app in this world of plenty of fish, meet me and Scout?
So I've been on Meet Me on and off, I want to say for almost 14 years, since it was originally called My Yearbook.
Yep, I remember when it was, yeah.
So I've been on and off this app for multiple years.
You got a couple bits in here.
Yep.
Yeah,
So I'm usually a musical streamer, so I do like a lot of singing and playing guitar and stuff like that, which I got them both sitting over there in the corner. And then every once in a while, I'll just do like random musical battles. I used to do those all the time with Aaron Kirby, for those of you who know him. And right now, I'm just waiting to go live for a couple months. I just want to get a feel for what's going on in the Meet Me world right now, seeing how everything's going.
I like that. Okay, but we do need to know one thing. All right, when can we catch you live? Because you told me almost all the answers to the questions I were going to ask you. So when can we catch you live? That's what you haven't told us. When can we go on there and catch you live doing your thing with the guitars, the music? When can we catch you?
So right now I am currently working with a talent scout. So I won't be on for about 2.5 months, but I will be on at random times throughout the day. It
Okay.
just depends on my work schedule.
Okay. Well, guys, it's your fallen angel for the night. He seems pretty interesting. Make sure y'all clicking his name, click the fade while he's in the box doing his thing. We're gonna let you let yourself out the box.
Thank you, sir.
Seems like you don't have a lot to say, so I'm interested. Tonight's gonna be an interesting show. We're gonna get to the next special guest of this evening.
Hi.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
How you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. A busy one, but good.
Did you do anything fun?
I did. I got to tour college campuses. That was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Who the heck are you? No.
I'm
Okay.
loving life.
Life. What you got going on Plenty of Fish, Meet Me, and Scout?
I'm loving life. I've been streaming for less than a year. And so I've been on the app less than a year. And so on my streams, I usually listen to music. Sometimes I sing. Sometimes we have topics. Sometimes I'm interviewing people walking by on the street in verses.
I like that. I like when you do that. I'll be on the verse grass and you like, hey, stop that person for me. Let me talk to him.
Right.
So
And sometimes I do on my streams, I travel and then I'm like streaming me traveling somewhere.
Okay. So what brought you to this live stream community?
I got to the live stream community by accident. I was trying to find a date and then I found the live button and then I clicked on it and I was kind of nervous and scared. What is this? Like, is this real? So it was by accident, but I'm glad I found it. I've met some pretty cool people virtually.
So we hear what you do in your live. So like typically do you got a streaming schedule or you don't got a schedule? Now I know you recently came back to the app as well.
Yeah, I did. Yes.
So she's recently come back as well in the last couple of weeks to the app. So
yeah.
what are your plans now that you're back, and welcome back as well.
Thank you. So I plan on streaming like on Fridays and Saturdays. So probably Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays will be my streaming days. But I just stream randomly right now, just whenever I can fit it in with everything else going on.
Right. All right. I like that. I like that. All right. Welcome to the show for the first time. I'm glad to have you. And make sure you give her name and favor her. She's a good friend of mine. Yeah, we're gonna let you let yourself out the box. We're gonna get into the next special guest. And for y'all just joining us, welcome to the Cutoff with D'Angelo Jones. We're going through the introductory phase with all the special guests before we get to them hot topics that they're gonna give us their opinions on. Okay. All right. Let's see who we got next.
Can you hear me?
Oh, hold on. Is this right? Who let him in the box? Oh, what up, Jarnell?
Can you hear me? Is it all good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. What's going on, man? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Not so much, man. How you feeling today?
I'm good. You know, I'm no stranger to this show, so you know it's all love.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for Richard. By the way, I was just gonna say, y'all, D'Angelo have some of the best admins, okay, especially Classic, because she will hunt you down until she could get you. All right, so he has one of the
Classy.
some of the classy, some of the best. Shout out to all the admins, Emoji J, True. Y'all, she's amazing.
All wonderful. Hey, big ups to them. I appreciate you giving them, because they always behind the scenes and the people never know what it takes to get these future shows off the ground and running and consistently.
3 weeks.
So
it took 3 weeks.
Give my team a shout out. All right,
It took 3 weeks.
He's recently came back to the app as well. I just remember that. But he's no stranger to the app. He's got a big presence on and in the live stream community. All right, so for the people that don't know, who are you? What you got going on in this world of Plenty of Fish, Meet Me, and Scout?
So for those who don't know, my name is Jarnell. I have been on
You make me spit this water out, bro.
had to do it for the one time.
Yeah.
So I have been in the app since like Fallen Angel since the beginning, since my yearbook. I recently took this serious, which is last year in March. I took it very serious. I've been on for a very long time, and then just to take it serious during COVID, of last year. So it's just been great. I met D'Angelo. If you don't know him, please fave him. Hit the start at the top. It's free. Like he's been a really great person that like a big
He
brother.
thinks he's gonna get out of this. No, no, no. We can talk about that later. So what typically goes on in your streams, Mr. Jarnell?
Stuff I can't talk about on the feature. So,
Okay,
yes.
on a typical day, what would we find in your life? We just pop in.
Laughter.
Is it nighttime or daytime when you typically scream? What's the vibe?
So both, okay? You'll find typically like if you're having a bad day, come to my stream, yo. We're gonna make you laugh no matter what, okay? If you're having a boring day, I'm gonna be bored with you because I'm most of the time gonna have a boring day. But laughter is one of the best medicines that you can have on the app. So that's what I do. A lot of laughter, a lot of comedies, a lot of verses, a lot of interacting, a lot of new networking. I'm a networking king. I love networking. I love when people meet in my stream and then they go out and support. So if you're looking for new people to meet and new things to do, new people to laugh with, new people to support, come to my stream. We definitely are that place. Journey to success is what this J2S stand for in my name. That we're on a journey. We're all on a journey. Julie, thank you. We're all on a journey to our success, whether it's going to be on the app or off the app. So I'm here to advocate and help people push forward, whether it's encouraging you, sit on the phone with you in silence, just promoting whatever. That's what I'm here for.
All right. I got a question though before we let you out the box. What keeps you in this live stream community? Because
Y'all
here. So what keeps you in the live stream community? What's the best part of that keeps you here?
Y'all, the comments, the shows, the people, the streaming community as a whole is what keeps me because you never know. I could be having a bad day. Y'all would never know. And I could go in Jilly Baby's live. I could go on D'Angelo's live. I can go to Classy's live. I could go to Hippie's live. I could go to my stream. And it's just happiness, pure joy, pure funniness. It's a lot. It's great. And I just appreciate everybody who's in the community with me.
Well, I hope you're ready for these topics tonight with your networking self. All right, that's your Jarnell for tonight. I'm gonna get to the last special guest of tonight, and we're gonna get on with the topics.
Hi.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Nothing much. How are you?
You good? What you been up to this weekend? Anything fun?
I worked today, and I've just been, getting some stuff done for work. And that's it.
That's it. You working on the weekend?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a music therapist. At an agency, we have developmentally disabled adults. So today, my department put on like a little football party for them, and yeah, it was fun.
Okay. I like that. All right, for people that don't know, Oh Hey has a feature show on the app as well.
I do. It's called Kickback with Oh Hey. It's every night, not every night. Oh gosh, Fridays. It's Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm currently in the works. It's going to be kind of revamped. There's some things that are going to change, but it's primarily about music. But it's for everyone to come on and just like we get to know like their preferences and stuff with music. And if they have a passion or a talent, they can showcase that. Typically, it's one guest an episode. I don't know how you get 4 every week, but kudos to you. It's hard. It
It is.
But but I'm a musician, so I stream during the week, maybe like an hour or two. I play some jams, we hang out, and yeah.
And yeah, but what time can we catch you screaming? When we cop in there and catch some jams? When are you usually on?
I typically keep all my instruments in my office, so like 3 p.m. Eastern, usually 4 p.m. It varies, but it's not as consistent as I would like it to be. Yeah, you can message Emoji J. Emoji J rocks, by the way. I'm glad to see that he supports your show as well. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm a freelance photographer, and during the fall, it's my like busiest time of year. So when I have free time, I'm editing. So I haven't been streaming as much, but typically it's at least 2 or 3 times a week, other than the show. So
I like that. I like that.
I like that you were playing jazz.
That's my thing. I actually play the tenor saxophone.
I play the bari sax. Let's go. But I knew you were musical. We gotta talk music.
Hey.
When are you coming on the show? When are you coming on
I
TikTok?
ask you one thing. What do you like about the live stream community that keeps you here?
It's cool. I started during the pandemic. It's cool that like you could just meet people that you have mutual. I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. You have things in common. You have things in common, like, so one of my really good friends off the app, I found out she lives 20 minutes from my sister in Michigan. I live in New York. So like every time I go to see my sister, I can go see my friend and we jam,
That's
so
awesome.
it's just like, it's a small world, but it's a big world. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I really like that. That's dope. All right, that's your old hey for the night. I'm gonna let you let yourself out the box. Classy, who go first this week, men or women? We gotta get started with the show. We're finna get into these topics, and I got them. They should be already loaded. All right, can I get this special guest, men in the box? And if you're new here, welcome to the Cutoff with D'Angelo Jones. We're finna ask these guests some topics, and they gotta answer them. With their raw, honest opinion, of course.
No, this all over again, like I've never been on here before.
Okay, you ready? Let me see. Let me review it. All right. I start out with the women's topic. They want to know who should pay on the first date, or if it should be split. Who should pay on the first date, or should the bill be split?
I'm gonna let you answer that one first, Jarno.
I love it.
Put him right on the spot.
All right, so
right.
I
Let's
would,
go ahead and take it.
so I would say us as men, because if we're gonna call ourselves men, we gotta also be leaders, right? So we have to take that step forward, especially if we're working hard to put the effort in. So why not just go ahead and just pay it? If you're gonna put effort in, you're gonna put effort in. And just go ahead and pay it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what's going to happen. It might turn out good, might turn out bad, but guess what? You did your part as a man.
So I agree with that to an extent. And this is why I say yes and no. Now, there are some points, and I have seen it in relationships that I have been in as well. There are some times where women want to pay for the first date, and men, you can choose to let them, or you can say no. It's not. That's my job. I asked you out on the date. It should be me. I should be the one paying for the date. You should just be enjoying your time here hanging out with me.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying that if whoever asks whoever.
That leads me to, I had a follow-up question for that. So you in the middle, and Jarnell says men. My opinion doesn't matter, but I do want to know this. Does it depend on who invited who to the date?
That's exactly what I got from
That's also 50-50.
Like, does that, like, and let's not talk over each other. We're going to talk one at a time. But does it matter who invited who to the date? That's my follow-up question, because I think the women want to know that. Because some women feel like, hey, if you took too long to ask me on a date, you still should pay. You still should pay. You took me too long. I try to get this thing along. So they want to know. Let's go and follow an angel first. Who should?
I'm going to say that answer is still technically 50-50 to me, and the reason being, it's open. Yeah, Emoji J literally just said it. It's an open door for the women. If they offered to go or offered and asked you out on a date, then if they want to pay for the date, that is their decision. But there are also some men that will say, No, you may have asked me for the date, but it's the first date. It should be me. It should be me paying for it.
I like that. Okay, Jar, what you got, bro?
Okay, he just said he just said the last part is what I agree with, because like if the type of person I am, like even if it's just a strictly friend, you know what I'm saying, I am going to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Even I don't care if you ask me to come out, I'm still going to pay for it because that's the type of person I am. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has different personalities, and that's the type of person I am. I'm a giver. And so what I want to do, even though you asked me to go, come with you, I am still going to pay because, first of all, I don't know what you got going on in your life. You could be just scraping this out of the bottom of the pits of your pocket in your purse.
Mhm.
So for me, little things help. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do.
All right, guys, you did great. We gotta let the women in the box to answer their own questions. So can we get the special guest women to request a box? So guys, I'm gonna let you let yourself out of the box, and I'm gonna read a comment from the audience. Brookie said, if they pay, I'm going to pay for something else at least. Maybe the movie or dessert or a round of drinks. Good. I like that too. I like that too. Ladies,
Hi again.
back to the box. Y'all had Fallen Angel kind of all over the place there for a minute, you know. Jarnell says it's his place to pay. True King said from the comments, he's gonna pay because he's the man. Okay. So I just want to know, on the first date, who pays?
It's you want to go? You want me to go first? Okay. So I mean that was my question. So because I think
there's no question. Oh, hey, you gotta go fast. That's
I
right.
know what.
After the question, I forgot you were the author of that question. So you gotta go first. Right.
So I
No,
think
oh, hey, Loving Life has to go first because it's your question, and you're gonna tell us why you came up with the question, and then you're gonna answer the question. So you go last, okay? I forgot it was your question. My bad.
No, my bad.
So I think that it is right for the guy to pay because I am a traditional type of person. So if it's a first date, especially, but I feel like the first date, women should not be choosing these outlandish places like Ocean Prime or like this really $200 steak place. It's their first date, like, yeah, $300 plates and stuff like that. Like this is a first date to know each other. So, but I think that the guy should pay for the first date, and because I'm traditional and that's the way I'll always be. So if a guy said he wasn't gonna pay, I don't know. I don't know what I would do, but yeah, that's my opinion.
Oh, well, I got a topic too from the audience. All right. Oh, hey, what you got for us? And why? Wait, tell us how you came up with the topic, and then tell us your opinion on the topic.
Well, when I found out what the topic of the show was, I was like, I feel like that's a good question because a lot of people question it. I like what both of the guys said, except like, so like nowadays it's people with everything that's going on. It's like, oh, I'm the man, I should pay. Now it's like people frown upon that, like, oh, equal rights and all that. Oh, we're not getting into politics. I hate politics anyways. So so personally, I always offer to split. When I hate dating, but when I do go on dates, it's like I'll offer to split. One time I went on a date that was so bad, I was like, I got it. I got the check because I want to get the heck out of here. I literally wanted to get out of there. So like we're sitting there talking about splitting pot. I was like, nope, I got this. You get the next time. You get the next time. There was never a next time. But you know what I mean? So I think so. I personally always offer to split. But if I have asked people out to dinner, I'm part of the LGBTQ community. I like to, date both occasionally, not at the same time.
I hope not, oh, hey.
No.
I have to cut you off for that.
Monogamy. But no, I'll sometimes if I ask someone out to dinner or something, like I'll pay. So
all right. So I'm gonna give y'all a different follow-up question. It came from Julie Baby in the comments. She said, but does it depend on your lifestyle? So if the two people live a certain lifestyle, then is it okay to go to the $300 steakhouse where True King said in the comments he gonna walk away from?
Yeah.
Does it depend on lifestyle? on the places you asked to go at first?
I mean, I would make sure that it's a place that I can afford, even if I'm not going to be paying. If that makes sense.
What
Yeah.
about you, life?
Yeah, I think that it could determine your lifestyle because if you guys both are on that same level, that's your norm going out $300, I guess that would be normal. But I still probably, me personally, even if I could afford it, I probably wouldn't want that as a first date because I feel like that's like a special occasion, me personally, in my lifestyle. So
I like that. All right, before I let you out of the box, I gotta ask y'all one of the men's topic. All right. Where's the time at? Okay, we're good. Can you date someone with a totally different career than you, or a career you may not agree with? Let's not all answer that at once.
Oh, do you want to go first, or would you like me to?
it doesn't matter. Okay.
I definitely. Okay.
Okay.
There's certain jobs, like if someone only sold pharmaceutical things, I would probably not.
Okay.
I wouldn't date someone with the same career unless it was a little different. I can't date other musicians if they're not good, like. But yeah, no, I would date someone with a different career, but they'd have to have an ambition to grow. It just depends on the career, you know what I mean?
Okay, so let's put this in a little more of a context. So say like you the type of woman that wants your man home at night with you so y'all can do the dinner thing or y'all can cuddle and watch movies at a certain time. But what if he's a detective? He got to go on call 2, 3 in the morning. That might not fit your bill or your lifestyle. They don't necessarily have to be an exotic dancer emoji J. But whatever, like, or you might not like that they're a cop. You can't sleep at night. You might be a person that worries a lot. And you don't want, to have to worry if you're gonna get that knock on your door. So can you date somebody with a different career? I don't know. Tell us, Loving Life.
Absolutely. Yeah, I could. I feel like as long as it's something not illegal, preferably, then I'm good. Because different people, I mean, the field that I'm in, there's not very many men in it. So yeah, I definitely could date somebody in a different career. And if like you said, with the police job, I probably would worry. So I would worry and stress, but that's just a part of life. Like different people come with different backgrounds, doing different things. So it's a part of life. Selling green is but yeah, so I could.
All right, ladies, I'm gonna let you let yourself out the box. If y'all just joining us, welcome to the cutoff with D'Angelo Jones. We just went through the first 2 topics. We're gonna have the men back in the box to answer their own topic, and then we're gonna get to the second half of the show where somebody might get cut off. Make sure you're clicking the special guest name and hitting them with the fade. If there's something they're saying is resonating with you, they all do stream, and you catch them in their lives as well. All right, guys, what's up?
What's going on?
Yeah, the ladies was like, yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be looking for certain guys in certain fields or a partner in a certain field. I don't know. Oh, hey, says she's not dating somebody that's a musician because if they're trash, they're trash. She can't hold her opinion back. So, can you date someone with a totally different career than you, or a career you might not agree with?
All right. So as long as she's trying, like I think it was Love and Life said, at least it's something not illegal. If she's trying, if she's doing, what she can to make her ends meet, then I don't care what you do. As long as you're trying, as long as you're getting up and going, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. As long as you show me that you're trying, that's good enough for me because I can just say, okay, if she's liking this, I could, as a man, I could pick up this. So,
All right, quick follow-up question for you though. So what if she traveled 24/7 and she was only home 3 times a year? But when you met her, she was home that whole year.
that,
Is that still cool? If her career required her to travel and she was only home 3, 4 times a
that
year?
I mean, that's compromisable, right? So, for example, you have people in the military that may only come home from like 3 times a year. You know what I'm saying? So that's compromisable. That's something that, like, if like again, if she's trying, if she's doing what she can to make ends meet, that's compromisable to where I can work with.
Mhm.
So,
I like that. All right, Fallen Angel, what you got to say about all this?
So for me, it goes two ways. So I do agree with Hey about the same career path, and exactly how she said about like if they trash, like I couldn't do it. I do agree with that, but if it was different, um, it would have I. Excuse me, my thoughts here for a second. Just running off. Let's see. If it was different, then I would say try to make it work as best as you can. Even if it, like you said in the follow up question to Jarnell, like even if they had to the music, Love and Life, if their music was trash. But to get back to to your follow up question to Jarnell, if they did something that was for their career that they were in a career that was keeping them away for long periods of time, and you only got to see them for a while, then I would try to compromise as well. And that's something that I normally try to do, especially if it's like a long distance relationship kind of.
I like that. I like that. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you let yourself out the box. And make sure you're clicking these guests with the favor. And if you just joined us, we just went through the first half of the show. Welcome to the cutoff with D'Angelo Jones. I'm gonna ask all the special guests to get in the box now, and they all gonna get to interact with each other, answer these topics, and they're gonna have 2.5. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're waiting on Fallen Angel. I think he's coming.
gotta be nervous with two beautiful women in the box. Like,
Welcome back. I think the first half of the show was great, where y'all answered the topics. Y'all was right on point. All right, let's see where we at with these topics.
Can we do a music topic and I'll be on that episode too?
Oh yeah. I don't know. Oh, this is a good one. The women want to know when and listen, at this point in the show, everybody can answer the topic as long as nobody talk over each other. And of course, it's no debating anybody's opinion. Okay. All right. The women want to know, when in a relationship, is there a such thing as a hall pass? Oh,
Oh my God.
hey, that's the topic for real.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm freaking dead.
It's right here, women's topic. So I need to. All right, gonna start with Oh hey, we're you're in the big box with you. Let's go.
Okay. There was a situation where someone I shouldn't have been speaking to was in a relationship and they were saying a lot, and I was like, listen, if you get a hall pass, I'm fine with that. I am a single person. If they say it's okay, let's hang out. But I don't know if I would be okay with someone. You know what? Yeah, I think a hall pass is fine if it benefits me.
Okay, from the comments, real quick, to bring somebody in from the comments. Bittersweet said yes and no. So you got Bittersweet. She's been following me for a minute. She said yes and no. So she agrees with you. They can't be, but you say it's okay. All right, Jarnell, what you got for us?
What's a hall pass? I didn't get that in elementary school. So,
Yeah.
like,
One, if you're in a relationship.
He knew what it means, oh hey. You don't gotta explain it to him.
he
Nah, I know what it
just
means.
yanking his chain.
We cutting you off. How about that? We don't want to know about you or your hall passes. How about that? You've been cut off. Loving life. Yes, ma'am.
So one time, one of my friends said that his wife approved of me being his hall pass, and so I did not accept that because it was weird to me. Because I don't know, even though it wasn't both people knew about it, I wasn't comfortable with it because I feel like if I was in a relationship with somebody, I wouldn't give them a hall pass. I would want them to be satisfied with me being, that one person they're with. I'm there when, working both ways. So I'm gonna say no hall passes for me, and I don't want to be anybody's hall pass either.
I like that. Okay. Jarnell, what you got for us, brother?
Nah, I'm right there with you. Nah, like I'm right with True. What True say, if I have to give you a hall pass, you don't get a suspension. Like, nah, I'm sorry.
I see them there being ghetto in the comments.
Like, nah.
So it's a no hall pass for you. It's the comments saying yes and no. It's no for loving life. Oh hey said I could be open to it. Depends on the situation. Fallen Angel, take us away with this topic.
I can't hear you.
Sorry, I turned my mic off on my side. So I was trying not to crack up laughing on the microphone.
Okay.
So I was saying, I agree with love and life. I'll be like, oh hell no, I'm not good. I ain't okay with that. And the reason, and I agree with you, and it's because like if you're in a relationship, you want to be that one and only special person, and that's. Yes, I did cut myself off.
Does that make me a
We're
butthole?
reading the comment, guys. The comment got y'all distracted this week. Y'all behave. All right.
Does that make me a butthole? For
Oh my
No,
God.
it doesn't.
No,
I mean,
No, you're okay. Hey, nobody answers her question. She's okay. All right. Y'all can stick around for the end of the show and they'll answer your questions at the end of the show. Okay. Right. So I like everybody answers. I like that. And that's why we bring people here on the show. We don't want the same answers. We don't want people agreeing. We want to bring individuals from different walks of life to come and give everybody in the audience their opinion and a true, honest opinion. That's what makes the show great. So thank y'all. All right, back to the guys' topic. Well, I got a good one. Have you ever been in a relationship where a person was totally dishonest about the simplest things? If so, give example. All right. Who wants to go? This is a fun one for y'all. Okay. Go ahead, Lovely.
Say I have. I dated somebody, and they would be dishonest about where they were going, who they were going with, when they were going. I don't know why, because I didn't care, but they would just be dishonest about it. Wouldn't tell me the truth. So I'm just not sure why, because I wasn't that type of person to even ask. But when I did say, hey, where you going? They're like, I'm going with so-and-so. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they wouldn't be going with that person. So
For no parent, they could have told you the truth and it would have been fine.
yes, it would have been fine.
Okay.
I'm easygoing type of person. So just be truthful with me. I don't trip about anything really, to be honest.
What about you, Fallen Angel? You ever been in that situation?
Multiple times actually. I'll go with one of the earlier ones. So I was with this girl for like 3 years, and whenever we weren't together or like in person hanging out together, she would go off with her friends and stuff, and then she would tell me she's going out with this one girlfriend, and then I would find that she wasn't with that person, and it's just like they just couldn't tell me the truth. Like they just refused to literally tell me what they were doing, like in an honest fashion, and tell me what they were doing when they were hanging out. I mean, it's just something that I ask for. It's just like respect and telling the truth.
I like that. I like that. Okay. Oh hey.
All right.
She got an example. Look at her. She like, I got many.
Good. Well, one specifically that comes to mind, but yeah, no. What was the question exactly again?
All right, I'll repeat the topic. Have you ever been in a relationship where a person was totally dishonest about the simplest things? Give an example.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you want like the story, like a short story?
It's just like the shortest version. You got like 2.5 minutes. So
They were living with their kid's mother and sleeping head to foot in the same bed.
oh wow. And
That's it.
not lying about something simple. That's something big to lie about, to be honest. To be honest, oh hey, that took the cake. That's not something simple. If that's simple to you, I gotta talk to you about how I go about dating.
I didn't know it had to be something simple.
Yeah.
All
All right. You almost got a first cut off, right? All right. Jarnell, go ahead. Take us away with the topic.
So a lot of people don't break this down, but like D'Angelo, I've been on a show. I like to break things down, right? So when we break down relationship, I don't always think romantically. I think about friendships, family ships. I think about those. And if you lie to me about the simplest things, like how can I really trust you?
Mm-hmm.
Like how can I really continue to put forth an effort into our relationship, which is a family ship, a brothership, a sistership, whatever ship it is. It might be a bike, I don't know, but like I cannot put my trust in you at all. So yes, I've had people in my life that's been dishonest for no reason about the simplest things. Like if you don't want to hang out with me, just say that. If you're going to stay in it. I mean, or go out, do whatever you want to do. Just don't lie to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an open book. And if you know I'm an open book and you come to lie to me about anything, I'm not going to trust you ever again. So that my trust depends on you and how you act. So
I like that, y'all. I like that a lot. Just be honest, right? I've been through the same situation. I think people in the audience have as well. I would never begin to understand that. I don't think I was a person on the opposite side of the fence that have done that to somebody else. Like, so, yeah, just different, right? All right. The next topic we're going to go over is this. People often say hurt people hurt other people. Why do you think that is? Okay. We got Darnell. You can go first.
sorry. Yes, because I thought about this, right? Like hurt people is because they haven't healed themselves. They have not healed. Like whatever has caused them pain in the past, they have not healed. So they jump into something new, think it's going to be better when they haven't healed from and they think it's the other person who's been the one in the wrong, but it's actually them because again, they have not took accountability and healed from what actually hurt them. So in order for you to be stable and to like move forward in any kind of relationships, and I broke that down, y'all know, for me, family ships, friendships, whatever, you have to be able to take accountability not for other people but for yourselves, because you have to be true to yourself first before you be true to anybody else. So that's all I'm gonna say.
I like that. See, he's more than just a goofy guy that y'all catch on the screen. When he comes to my show, he be stepping, and he hates to get cut off. Y'all don't know that about him. He hates to get cut off. He's not one of my brothers that enjoys it. He hates it. All right, are you following, Angel?
I'm kind of actually in the same boat with Jarnell on this topic, and the reason is, if someone gets hurt in a relationship and then they try to go back or into a relationship with somebody else, they're just not going to feel happy about it. They're not going to sit there, take time to think about what went wrong or what could have been done in a different way in the previous relationship, or trying to make sure that they're personally ready to get back into that next relationship and start something fresh with somebody else.
I like that, Fallen Angel. Well said. All right, we got Richie, ladies. For y'all go in the comments, said, if you're good, everything's going great for you, filled with love. You have no reason to hurt anybody. Okay, I like that, Richie. Love and light.
No, I agree with that. I feel like a lot of people hold on to things that happened in the past, like past traumas, like with their childhood, their upbringing, situationships, relationships, and then they take that out on other people that didn't do anything to them. So I do agree that you do have to take out the time to yourself to heal, become whole with yourself, love yourself before you enter out and try venture out with other people, because you will just keep that cycle of hurting people, going from one person to another person to another person, continuing the hurt cycle, and it never ends. It just keeps going and going and going. So definitely take out that time to heal.
I like that. Okay. Go ahead.
They said it all. I agree completely.
They said a lot, right? I know, right? We
I mean,
got to get your opinion, though.
So in my opinion, if someone hurts me, I kind of just get over it. But I'm not like a back-to-back dater. So like, but usually hurt people hurt others. And like they all said, you need time to heal from the hurt.
I like that, y'all. All right, welcome to the Cutoff with D'Angelo Jones and guests. Right now, we got Hey, she has a feature show as well, on top of the box. And below, we got Jarnell, he's a screamer. Love and Life, she's a screamer. Fallen Angel, he's a screamer. If they're saying something that resonates with y'all, make sure y'all click in their name. Make sure y'all favor them as well as favor me hitting the star at the top. Okay, I like that topic. Now, the next topic we got is this, and this is another fun one. What are 3 things you look for when it comes to dating, and why? What are 3 things you look for when it comes to dating, and what?
Like
Darnell and I had the same idea.
Like
Okay, Fallen Angel, you going first on this one.
He and I literally made the same face, so that was like
I know. I
perfect timing.
think it. So go ahead. You can take us away. We're gonna start with you. We're gonna work our way. We're gonna start with you and Hey this time.
All right. So what I look for normally, in a relationship, I usually start with a connection. See if there's a connection or a vibe.
So first one is connection. What's your second one?
Second one is some sort of same type of views or opinions. And then the other one is likes and dislikes to see if any of them are the same.
All right. Now give us a quick maybe minute about why all 3 of those matter.
The reason why that all 3 of those matter to me is because if you don't have that sort of connection, like if you don't feel that vibe is right, even after like the first time meeting each other in person, then it's not gonna work. Like you want to make sure, like when you go out on like the first date, you're able to vibe with that person, connect with that person, not only in a mental and physical state, but as well as an emotional state.
I like that. All right. Hey.
Right. Okay, so they have to have a sense of humor. Obviously, if you guys couldn't tell, I have a good sense of humor.
All right, that's number 1 for you is humor.
Okay, they have to be ambitious. Like I'm super, my career and my job is important to me, and if they don't have like ambitious endeavors, all that, then it's like, what are you doing? And then just having, similar interests and stuff.
Now, why does all 3 of these matter to you?
Because laughter makes the world go round. And similar interests, obviously, like you don't want to have everything in common with someone, but you have to like vibe and like be able to do some of the same stuff, like going to concerts and all that together. And what was the other thing I said? Ambition. That's just super important. Like you always want to push each other to do better and all that.
I like that. Well said from all the guests so far. All right, Jar, what's your 3 things?
So like a lot of connectivity, a lot of connections has been said, already. And I believe that's one of the things I say, a connection. Like if if I can, or we use the, or hey, she used the word vibe. You know what I'm saying? I like connection better because when you have a connection with somebody,
So what's your
you really
second?
can feel them.
What's the
Second
second?
one would be you have to have a personality, some kind of personality. Like I don't want to be dead. I don't want to be dating a corpse. That's why I don't.
Okay, your third one, man, then we'll let you
I'm lost.
explain. Your third one, then we'll let you explain.
Um, like oh hey said it, ambition. Like you have to be on a goal. You have to be on a mission for something. Like not other than just a significant other, but you have to be on a mission for something. So yeah. But I think all three of those are important to me is because like it helps me learn you. Like I'm very teachable. It helps me get to know you on a certain different level other than friendship. So if I cannot understand you and learn from you and learn about you on a different level than just being friends, then what's the point of us even trying?
I like that. All right, Love and Life.
All right. You saved the best for last. I know. Thank you. But
Dead.
Back to the ghetto game.
so if I had to choose three things, I have a long list of, no, I'm just kidding. No, but if I had to choose three, I would say communication
I was looking for
and
I was looking for communication.
yeah,
Thank you. Okay.
communication. And then I would say driven. And then I would also say adventurous.
Yeah.
I think she stole mine, y'all. I think we might have talked before the show and she just stole my answers. So because mine's literally was you gotta be able to communicate efficiently. Okay. You gotta be family oriented and career driven. And then you gotta be like open to explore. But she said adventurous. All right, explain yours.
Okay, well, good communication because I feel like I can't. I've dated people with poor communication. It doesn't work for me. So I have to have someone that is able to communicate well. We're able to, get along in that way. Adventurous because I'm a free spirit. I'm an adventurous person. So if you're not like down to like book a flight somewhere tomorrow, let's go to Vegas type adventurous type of person, then we won't get along because that's how I am. And then driven because I am a driven person. So I feel like the partner that I'm with also has to have goals, ambitions, and things that they want to accomplish in life. So that's what I say.
Oh, hey, you better stop. It wouldn't
Just
even be
paying
a
for the
plane.
plane.
If y'all wanted to be nosy, she could just drive. You see how ghetto gets being on the show, y'all. All right, I like that. I like that. All right, we're gonna get back to one of the ladies' topics because we haven't been there in a minute. And for y'all that's just joining, make sure you're favoring the guests. You see how theatrical they could be. Let's say that. All right. Are titles important in a relationship or when dating? Why or why not?
What's understood don't have to be explained to anybody. If you know I mess with you on a different type of level, that's nobody else's business. But like we understand that what we got going on is for us and not for nobody else.
All right, we got a comment. CeeLo says no, because titles are for society to label you. We know what we are. She agreed with you, Johnny. Okay, loving life.
Yeah, I don't feel like titles are important until you become married. When you're husband and wife, that title is important. Boyfriend and girlfriend isn't so much important. But I feel as if knowing where you stand with the person is important. Like if know like, okay, what are we dating towards? What are we doing? Like I feel like that is important because if you're not on the same path, and you don't know what's going on, then it's going to be confusing for both you guys. So that's how I feel.
I like that. She said it quick. She must was scared she was gonna get cut off, y'all. Y'all no fun this week. All right, Fallen Angel.
I do agree with that. No, titles are not important until you are married. And the reason being is because it doesn't matter if you're what other people think about you or who your significant other is if y'all just dating. Like if y'all know that y'all messing around literally together on a more personal level than most people, then yes, then it doesn't really matter title wise until you're married. But I do agree with the comment in the comments about it. That's not really for. It's usually for society to judge you. It's not for anybody else.
I like that. Okay. Oh, hey, we're gonna let you go, but I want to say, dope stuff, Jason. But change in assets and boundaries happen. Meaning, when titles become, you change from dating to a different side to marriage to a different. It's 3 different chapters. Okay. Oh, hey.
To each their own. If someone wants to use titles, use
Thank
them.
you.
If not, then don't. Like, okay, love and life. You can't tell me that when you get engaged, you want to be like, oh my God, that's my fiance.
Yeah, I definitely would.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Like Jarnell, you bag a baddie. You're gonna be like, yeah, that's my girlfriend.
Yeah, right. See, oh hey. Right. I love oh hey. That's what I'm telling y'all. She said what I was thinking. It's everybody's personal preference. Why would the ladies? It's your personal choice. If you're a person that likes titles, then you should be with a person that likes title. And then oh hey, say, look, Singa, I got y'all this time. I'm gonna break it down for y'all.
I do feel like though, I like when people are like older in a relationship, and even when it's male, female, male, male, they say partner. Like that's their partner. That's their, like Jarnell was saying, family ship. That's their partnership. I like that a lot.
I like that too. You might be a low-key helpless romantic. Oh hey, let me find out.
Absolutely not.
Let me find out. All right.
Makes me want to bark, to be honest.
Moving on before she get cut off. Oh my God. All right. Let's see what else the ladies got. Okay. I got this one. What's something you used to believe about relationships but no longer do? That's the ladies' bonus question. Jordan, hold on. Let me let Jarnell go first because he got a lot to say.
So I used to believe in my immature days that they wouldn't do me like that. And that quote, that phrase is pertaining to like, if you're treating them good in a relationship and they do you bad, for one, you wasn't expecting for them to do you bad. And then second, you can't believe they even did you bad. So like I believe that they wouldn't do me like that. So the golden rule is treats others the way you want to be treated. And you know what I'm saying? And I believe in humanity and in people so much that I thought that they wouldn't do me that way at all. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm treating them good. So that's something in my immature days that I had to grow up and actually wipe that from my memory, because they exactly would do you that way. You just cannot expect yourself out of other people. That's it.
Yep. Don't never go looking for yourself inside somebody else. All right. Living life.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I had to pull it up. I forgot it.
I did too.
Sorry. I didn't have much sleep.
Y'all better not be medicating on the show.
Oh, no.
I'm joking.
Yo, you got me weak.
Joking. All right, listen. The topic is, what's something you used to believe about relationships that no longer do?
Black men don't cheat.
Shit. She, dang.
Oh, all right. It's up. Oh, all right. Loving life. Give us the mild version of your opinion on that, and you can talk about it after the show. Because we're definitely gonna be sticking around to talk about that.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, right? Okay, so my dad never cheated on my mom, so I really honestly thought that marriage worked that way. I didn't feel like people cheated. Like I didn't see that growing up, so I really didn't know that existed. So I really didn't think that that happened or could happen to me. So I didn't think that that was a real factor, and then until it happens one day. So that's why I say that, not to be bad,
You're
you
fine.
know. It just
No, you're fine. And I'm glad you.
yeah.
I'm glad you say that because I was just on another feature show earlier. I was on True King show, and I was telling them how my parents was married for over 40 something years. So that's why I thought that, and I'm glad you was able to share with us why you felt like that's why you gave that answer. I'm glad you gave us some background on it. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, there's some good black men and all races of men out there. I'm not trying to bash anybody. Just keep that clear.
It's not fallen angel.
So something that I used to believe in was that there was a thing called love at first sight. That I feel like is actually not a real thing. Like people claim that they fell in love at first sight, but we all know that it takes more than just like the first time seeing the person literally to fall in love with them. Like if you say it was love at first sight, then what all do you know about them like within the first day?
Right. I like that. Okay. I can't disagree with that. I can see your point on that. I like that a lot. Oh hey.
That question was kind of hard for me because I guess the only thing I can think of is like, I feel like when I was younger, this isn't going to be funny, Jarnell. Jeez.
He's talking about truth. Oh, hey, I got your back. He's talking about truth comments. I'm about to have y'all guys start turning these comments off anyway.
I always expected to like be married with kids by now. So I think I always used to think, oh, I'm going to find someone. I'm going to be married. I'm going to, you know what I mean? But I'm an independent person. I don't right now need that. But like I used to think that. I used to believe that about relationships. Like, oh, by a certain age. Yeah, the fairy tale thing. Thanks, Richie. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I used to think that too. I'm not even gonna lie. I would have thought by now, yeah. So I can see that. I like that. All right, we're gonna have to hop back over to the guys topic. I think we got 2 more from them, and then we're gonna go into giving y'all shout outs, wrap up the show, tell the people what y'all got going on and things like that. And then if y'all want to stick around and talk about anything you heard, that's when we'll in the box.
We gotta talk about Love and Life's comment.
Oh no. No, be good. All right, back to the topic at hand. Should women and men have a personal preference when it comes to dating, or should they just wing it? Like Ohei saying she's doing right now, kind of just winging it. Should they have a personal preference when they come to dating, like what they looking for, who they looking for, the background of the person, or should they just be like, I'm gonna be open to whatever comes my way?
It kind of.
Oh, Angel, he wants to go first. He goes first.
So, I think it depends on the person. It's more or less how that person feels about you and how you feel about them. And like if you have to talk to them first, get a connection, see where they're at in life and where you're at in life, and see if it'll work. It shouldn't be just like someone's personal preference. It should be like if you're talking and getting to know that person, try to get a feel for each other.
You want me to go next?
Yeah.
I always used to have a preference. I always used to look for someone that was like a specific person that meant a lot to me. But as I got older, it was just like while I still do look for certain things, like the qualities I expressed earlier or said earlier rather, it's not as like, written, scripted, written.
Keep going. We with you. Oh, hey.
Oh, that was it actually. You want to check on?
You're fine.
No, that's it really.
All right, loving life.
I was gonna say that there's nothing wrong with having preferences. I feel like you do need to have an idea of what you want out of a partner, in order to bring that person into fruition. I guess like speaking into existence is like what I always go by. And then, but if you're in a phase of life where you don't really care, you're just going with the flow, then and that's the part of life that you're in, and that's good too. Like I agree with the comment that somebody said. It just depends on what place you are in life and what you're open to, because different ages and different stages of life, you can be open to different preferences and different things.
I like it a lot. That's well said. See, you're not so shy after all loving life. She was nervous. She's nervous about doing the show. Is this your first feature show you did? Yeah, I thought so.
In a
All right.
long time. In a long time, yes.
So I'll be honest, this is like my second one, and I haven't done this
Hold
type.
on, Fallen Angel. He got himself cut off. All right, we gotta let Jarnell go. Then if we got something to add, we can after all the guests have said they got. He just had to get him a cutoff. Emoji, you better not have told him to go for it. You better not, Emoji J. Better not have told him to go for it. Then he straight went right for it, right over Jarnell. I'm like, he know how this go. All right.
You know what? To simplify everything that the other guests have said, you like who you like who you don't. At this point in time, whatever stage of life you're in, you like who you like you don't. But now, look, have common sense and be logical about who you like and how you like them. Okay, that's what I would say.
So you
Be
mean
logical.
Cardi B is not the type of chick I should be dating and bringing around my daughter? I shouldn't be going out with Cardi B type of chicks. Because it's
Exactly.
probably not best for my daughters. That's what you're trying to tell me.
Exactly. Stay in your, you know how you stay in your budget, stay in your range. All right. Stay in your range. But no, for real, honestly, like who you like, love who you love, do what you do, whatever makes you happy as a person. Nobody can judge that except for yourself. So
That was beautiful.
Like that. All right, this is gonna be the last topic. Let me find it. I was gonna skip this topic, man, because y'all got ghetto. I didn't want to do this topic,
God.
but I gotta do the topic, I guess, man. Could you date someone long distance, and what would that look like? And Jarnell, we already know with you, brother. We already know.
I would like to go first.
All right.
Did you see my thumb dancing? That was weird. Okay, so long distance can work if you knew the person, you spent time with them. But if you start off as long distance, absolutely not. I tried it, hated it. It was stupid.
How far is the distance we talking, if you don't mind sharing?
I'm in New York. They're in Canada.
Yeah, that's a different country, actually. Okay.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was far, but like not like. It was on
I know what you mean. I know how Canada and New York borders. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get
No,
it.
like-
That was a different country. Okay.
Yeah, it just like it's. I think it's so silly. It's so silly. You can't get to know someone emotionally like through a screen and texting. Like you don't get to know a person unless you're physically with them, and not. I don't mean intimately only. Like physically with them, doing stuff. Like, sorry, makes me angry.
She has a lot of good points. All right, Jarnell. No, hold on. I think let's go that way.
I love that show.
Fallen Angel.
Can you repeat the question for me one more time? I got caught off out the box while you were getting ready to question.
All right. Could you date someone long distance, and what would that look like?
For me, it really depends on where that vibe really is. Like if you actually get a chance to go out, have them come out and visit you, and you go out to visit them. That like I've been saying all night, it's more of like the personal connection, and like you don't want to sit or stay in one area and then not have that not be able to go see them or be able to hang out with them at all, and then it not work at the end, and then feeling miserable and like crap at the end of the day. So it for me really it more matters about personal opinion and how that relationship is going at the time.
All right, John. I like that
So,
as well.
okay, so a lot of people, I'm gonna let y'all into Jarnell's personal life for a second, okay? For
Well, you only
somebody
got
who,
2.5 minutes, sir.
I got this. I could do this before that. Okay. All right. So for somebody who started out as dating online and then turned around and moving with them, and then moving back, it's yes. It's different. You know what I'm saying? So I got to experience the whole thing. And do what you like, do what you please. I'm simple. Do what you please. Okay. If things work out, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You just move on with life. Okay. It just happens. Sometimes life happens. So
I can't argue with
yeah.
that. I can't argue with that. Okay, let me ask you something real quick, just for Jardinell, y'all. Have you had any personal experience dating long distance?
Yes, a lot. A
Shut up.
lot.
Okay, okay.
A lot.
A lot?
That's why I say we know about him. All right, just stick around to the after show. You will see. He's gonna be here for a second. You will see. All right. Love and life.
All right, so I feel like they have a show, like somebody said, 90 Day Fiance. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? But I feel like you can definitely have a long distance relationship. It just depends on how much effort you both are willing to put into it, because it does take a lot of effort. It does take a lot of communication. It does take a lot going back and forth. So if you're ready to do that and to commit to it, then I feel like it can work. But it's gonna be work. It's not easy, but it's worth it if it's for the right person. And I'm open to long distance relationships as well for the right person.
Oh,
So.
I see a little connection there.
Hey, I see you finally got it on. Hey, you finally got it. And I'm gonna post this. Somebody take a picture. She getting posted in the future show community. She got cut off.
Yo.
She got cut off. Finally did it.
I'm
He was
dead.
like, hey, you and Ohey doing this show together? That's gonna be dope. I'm like, I know she's supposed to do it a long time ago. So, hey, this concludes the cutoff with D'Angelo Jones. Now we're gonna go into the guests telling us what they got going on. I want y'all to click their name, save them before they have to get out of here. If something they said resonated with y'all, okay, we're gonna start with Fallen Angel, then we're gonna work our way up to Ohey. All right.
So I do really appreciate the opportunity of being on your show today. I really do. From bottom of my heart, this was actually like I was trying to say earlier, and I got my cutoff. This is only my second featured show that I've ever been on. So, and I've never been on one that was kind of like this in depth, deep, trying to understand people's personal opinion. And I really enjoyed this, so I definitely would do this again.
Right, but you gotta tell us about you. Thank you for all of
It's beautiful though. It's beautiful.
it. Was.
So like I said at the beginning, I'm a musician. So whenever I'm not working or doing my live stream, I like to sit back, try to write my music, try to get what I have in my head written down on paper, try to figure out what I'm going to do for a song, which I'm currently actually working on a song, which is actually for my current name right now. It's called Fallen Angel. It's the reason why I chose my name for the app. And it's just for me, just how I'm feeling in life. And it's just talking about like how I've fallen so far and trying to overcome.
We like that. All right, make sure you come back and tell us when you dropping the song so we can all tell people to go check it out and check out the links. Love and life. What up? You did great.
Hello, thank you. Yeah, I haven't done this feature show in a long time, so I was really nervous, but I'm very grateful for the opportunity as well. And in regards to my upcoming things, I don't really have anything upcoming. I'm just gonna keep working on streaming more often. So everybody fave me, please come to my streams. I try to have a topic usually. I try to do music. I try to sing. I try to have fun, enjoy life. That's what my stream is about. So come check me out.
Okay, Janelle.
Y'all, I'm no stranger to this show. But like I said earlier, I'm all about laughter. So Jarnell, like I literally, I'm all about laughter. I'm all about goofiness. As you can tell through the show, that I'm very goofy. I like to answer. That's how I got my first cut off, being me being goofy. But like, yeah, I like to laugh. You know what I'm saying? I like to have a good time. Um, Refave me though. So like I like to have a good time. You know, if you like to have a good time, come to my stream. Have enjoy. Like fave me, catch me. I don't have a specific schedule because I work a lot outside the app. So again, shout out to Classy Woman because she's been trying for like 3-4 weeks now to get me on here, literally, and I've actually been ignoring her because I've been working. So
And we all
yeah,
from work, so we appreciate that, and you making time to step through here tonight. We really do appreciate that.
most definitely.
All right. Oh hey.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm sorry it took so long, but you know. And also, to your other special guests, you guys are awesome, and I favorited you all. And I would love to have you on my featured show, which I'm going to tell you about again. It's called Kick Back with Oh Hey, every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. We have special guests showcasing a talent or a passion, but it's gearing more towards music. You do not have to be a musician. I'm just asking like a bunch of questions about music related stuff, like your preferences and fun stuff. It's kind of like a chat like this, and yeah, you can message me.
Actually been there. I've been there when she started it, and a little bit in the middle. And it's more like an open interview where you and her just kick back and y'all talking. I was like, this is a dope show. Yeah. It's like she's and y'all just navigating through the screen.
Yeah, I like, and also kudos to your admin, because I am a super organized person when it comes to my show, and I really like how she handled it. And it's nice that you have someone who can handle it for you. So.
Yeah. Big ups to Class. Big shout out to Classy. All right, if y'all want to leave, y'all free to go. This is the second. This is the after show where we're going to talk about things that happen on the show. Somebody check the feature drop.
Well, do you want me to?
Okay, the feature's gone. Now we can talk. Okay, we can kick in and talk about the show. If you got to leave, you can leave.
I just got called into work, so I wanted to finish the show before I left.
Bye.
All right. Have a
See
good
y'all.
day. Fallen Angel.
Have a good one.
The
All right.
guy.
Class True. One of y'all, can we have y'all hop in the box too? And
the
join
guy that was living with the baby mama. That was a shit show. He lied all the time. He was so hot. And it was just, you know, he actually passed recently. So that's the effed up part that I had to tell that story.
Wait.
I missed that because I was telling True to stay in the box. I'm putting him in next.
He passed away recently. The dude.
Oh, you told us about him. Oh my God.
But the funny, well, it's not funny. The crappy part is that one of his girlfriends posted this whole thing when she definitely wasn't his only girlfriend. And I just sat there seeing all these posts from all these different women. I'm like, I'm so glad I got out of that.
Oh
You're like, thank you.
Yo.
Did he just leave?
Loving life. Can we have the hood version of your comment earlier? Can we
I want to invite.
I'm gonna head out. You guys, all of you message
me in the box for that. All right. Oh hey, we love you.
Thank you, oh hey.
Hold on. I was gonna switch him out with you.
Wait, I'm trying. Okay.
I got you.
Oh wait, what am I doing?
Funny.
All right, they wanted to have True, Class, Jarnell, y'all no strangers, dope show Jay. I'm gonna